Mammoth Terminal is a spaceport for cargo shuttles and interplanetary spacecrafts. Mammoth is a typical spaceport for the inner system. It provides charging, refueling, and regular maintenance services due to Mercury's mass. Even heavy interplanetary spacecrafts can land here. Okay, there's that. There's that. There's this. And this. Food, medicine, repair. Okay. We rock. I don't know how much I have to do to get on Silver Resistance's good side. One, two, three. Helper. Love tearing them apart. Okay, I'm stopping here for a mo. BRB. Oh, hello, folks, and I've returned. Let us continue. Down this way. Try and just punch my way through here, but it would be a lot of ammo. Over here. I'm looking forward to the later on missions where there's a ton of guys. I suppose right now what I'm doing is kind of postponing that. But it is what it is. I was talking about Battletech there last set. Would be nice if there was, you know, more Battletech games, because it looks like a very interesting series. Thank you for leaving cover. Looks like there was a hell of a lot of ammo being sent that way. Um, but yeah, BattleTech looks like an interesting series. Would be nice to see more in it. There's 3 games, and I've heard some good things about them all, but I've also heard bad things about them all. Um, one review was pinning the one by Paradox subsidiary, as the best of the 3. It seemed to be just like an XCOM-like game. Then there was others out there, but they had other issues. But yeah, MechWarrior seems like an interesting MechWarrior. Yeah, or BattleTech. I can't remember what it's called anymore. The series seems interesting, and I would like to see more of it. I might pick up the novels at some point. Um, it just seems like an interesting series. Like I was just thinking, like it would be cool to have, like there's tons of war events, dramatic events in it. Cool to have it depicted as a game if you could do it well. But you can go about it in many, many different ways. But I just like games. That's all. But what am I trying to say? My mind is just blanking. Apologies. But yeah, basically, the BattleTech series sounds really cool. Looks really cool, and would like to see more of it. I think one of the studios that made one of those other games is in like financial trouble. I don't think they're doing well. I think one of the games is closing. People are saying, but yeah. Hopefully, it's not going to spell ill for the rest of the IP. Because it would be nice to see some, great games come from it. It seems like an interesting setting, an interesting world. So it's also be nice, getting into mech fights. Would be cool. Speaking of mech fights, I do want to get around to. Every time I put my head on the pillow, look at the ceiling, and talk, I feel something falling in my mouth. Every fucking time. I know it's not there, but it creeps the hell out of me. The FromSoft game. AC, Armored Core. I need to get onto that series. It seems like a very interesting series. And again, we'll let you engage in mech fights. Though Armored Core 6 is very different from the older Armored Cores, from what I understand. It's got this like parry system in that really made people have to go a particular build, and people weren't happy with that. Well, not parry system, posture system, and people were, last I saw, were complaining about that, because basically made one gun like the best, and if you didn't use it, you were, well, gimping yourself. Okay. Thinking I may head back and offload. Another difference between the older ACs and the newer one is that the older ones charged you. Every bullet, every bit of damage, you had to pay back. So if you did a mission and would make 10 grand off it, but did 20 grand of got 20 grand of damages, you were in negative 10 grand. You would actually go into death, which is apparently something they don't have in most recent. Thunderstorm. Okay, that seems awesome. Jesus. Very little explosion resist, oddly. Fuck him up! Nanny? I'm not sure how you're wearing this, but sure. Okay, so no blunt resistance. It's got pierce, cut, fire, and beam. And it's actually kind of respectable, pierce, cut, fire, and beam. It's actually respectable. The issue is the lack of blunt. I really favor having all my bases covered in regards to physical damage. Then I worry about the side effects. So, I would have these three covered, then start worrying about the elementals. That's my personal preference. Doesn't really work too well in that regard, but yeah, oh well. So I'm thinking of actually scrapping these because I want to get more Discord because it heals ARS, which I don't know what it is, but it stabilizes wound, heals all wounds 10%, 4 regen, 10 turns. It does do 50 Quasimorphosis, but it's X10. It is insane. The elevator. There we go. 77 punks. 77 punks. The shields are nasty. Seriously, mission complete. These didn't used to actually wear armor before. Awesome. Oh, shard. Booyah. Do not care. Do not care. Gavik is a really nice panic button. Stabilizes all wounds, 100 health, gives you 10 max health, and reduces pain by 100. It's a hell of a panic button. Awesome. And this caught us even despawn. Okay. We leave. The capitalist Planet Bridge staged a real hysteria in the SBN on the topic of terrorism and violation of laws. They needed to think before they decided to break the backbone of the working people. By the way, the colonels delivered aboard Magnum the cargo due to us for participating in the liberation movement. She really gets into that. But to be honest, she really gets into whatever side we did do a gig for. I think. Maybe more this. Huh. They got Mammoth Terminal for me doing this gig. They're looking for Strange. Um, these barely lost any power though. Oh, got the quest. Greetings, comrade. You've been active throughout the solar system lately. It was simply impossible not to notice you. Also, we've noticed that you are not averse to working for the benefit of working people. So let's cooperate. My name is Ishikchar. I am the commander of the Civil Resistance in the Inner System and I offer you a job. My call notes have infiltrated in the most unexpected assets of the Inner System, including the orbit of Earth. Managed to obtain data for faking the SBN transponder. We have to get close to the Heritage Station. Our agent, Justas, will be waiting for you at the station. Take the red chip from him. This is a special generative virus, the task of which is to transmit a counter-revolutionary message to all people of the system and then to deprive the corporate oppressors of the means of communication. Let's shut the mouths of the enemy of the working class.